Like I was saying, this frame is just Swiss cheese. Everywhere you look, I mean, it's bad up as far as this upper cab mount, where the frame then gets really solid and true. But the metal that they make these out of, I mean, it's just awful. It's just awful stuff. I mean, yeah, this truck is 25 years old. This is something you would expect to see on a truck that's, I mean, been sitting in a junkyard for 40 years. You know, you wouldn't expect to see just total rot. Even back here, there was a plate that I put in when I first got the truck just so I could move it around without the frame breaking. I just kind of bolted that in there. Couldn't weld it. There was no good metal to weld to. As far as that goes, just look at this. Just look. I mean, and I can literally twist this in my bare hands and just twist this whole frame rail. Just garbage. Just amazing that this is even, I mean, yeah, like I said, 25-year-old truck, but still, I mean, this is something that you would expect. It would take 75 years. You know, you wouldn't expect this out of a 1990 pickup, even with the road salt. I mean, I can just grab this and just rip pieces off in my bare hands. See how easy I can just bend that. Just horrible construction. As far as the rest of the truck, like I said, it's got a new exhaust on here. And even this side is just atrocious. So what I plan on doing, I plan on taking the rear half of this frame from a junkyard and just cutting it in and welding it, gusset, plate weld it, and then gusset it, take these cross members out of here, take the rivets out and re-bolt everything together, make a usable truck out of something that's really should just be in a junkyard or be a total frame replacement. I'm just going the cheaper route. I was quoted $150 for the rear frame section from a junkyard. So at $150, I'll go ahead and replace that. Look at these mounts. I mean, this leaf spring shackle here and hanger, it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing that the metal, look, it is just worthless. Like I said here, we come up, this is all shot. I had to cut the top of the mount off. Every bolt was seized. You couldn't get a single bolt, not a single bolt out of this truck, even with an impact gun. Everything had to be cut out of there. Up underneath on this side, again, frame looks fair through here, but I'm going to go up ahead of this mount. I'm going to cut the mounts off, weld all that back together. Like I said, gusset it. And some say, well, why go through the trouble? You know, like I said, obvious. You know, the truck, it runs amazing. It grips. It's got great tires. You know, these are almost brand new tires, and the frame up here, rock solid. You know, I look at it and say the pros outweigh the cons. But even just original design on this puny little 4.5-inch frame here, what is this going to do? You know, I mean, really, you can bend it in your hands even when it was brand new, I'm sure. There's a couple little cross members that I have taken out in there, but that is just atrocious. And the way that this mount here, this whole design, it's just amazing. This two-piece shackle and everything here, engineering-wise, all the weight coming on this part of the frame right here where it comes up. This is a high stress point. To drill all these holes, and especially these holes, these oblong holes, these just rotted completely right out. I mean, the frame is just cracked right across here. It's just planned obsolescence, you could call it, I suppose, because the body on this truck, the sheet metal, even where the paint has came off the sheet metal here, the metal is still good. That's still solid. This is sheet metal. This is quarter or whatever 3/16 frame steel, And I mean, I could just put a hammer right through this. It's just amazing. But then again, the truck looks good from the outside. So to say the consumer, yeah, those are good, long-lasting looking trucks until you pop the bed off of them, and this is what you find, is this puny little putrid 3.5, 4-inch frame here, and where all the weight comes down on it is in this area, and it's just all full of holes and brackets and everything just kind of laced in and out of each other. And I'll tell you, as far as that goes, that's just brilliant design. And then right where the bed, all the water drips down in here and just rots everything out. Just brilliant. On a side note, like I said, I'm well known. I like my Fords, my old Fords. Here's my 93 again. And my only gripe with this truck is it's a 2-wheel drive. Love this truck. It's got the 4.9 5-speed in it. More power than I could ever use with that, with the 4.9 there. Great truck. Same age as that Chevy sitting over there. Same age. Okay, let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. Okay, all solid. It looks a little rusty. It's just I guess the color of the dirt that's up on that grease coating. But I mean, this is all rock solid. And look at it. This has got to be 6.5 inches here, maybe 7 inches across this frame from this point to this point. No big holes drilled across there. That's still all the way back here. Okay, you got all solid brackets. I mean, everything is built solid here. Even my mounts up under here, all rock solid. The whole frame, the whole way up, solid. And again, the truck's not perfect. It's just a work truck. Frame up here, rock solid. Okay, look, factory, shiny on the paint still. It's still painted and shiny from being 25 years old. Hey, I'll take that. I mean, I'd take the Ford over the Chevy as far as the body, as far as the frames go. Body on this truck, not as pretty. I mean, it's got its problems, but it's just fenders and stuff. Great work truck. I've put a lot of hard work on this. It's been a great truck for me. I mean, it really has done the job. My toolboxes are all bent up. That just shows you how hard I work them. I do not baby this truck, and it never lets me down. As far as this truck, great looking truck. I mean, hey, I turned the camera so you can only see it from here. Yeah, I put an ad on Craigslist today. But yeah, great looking truck. Really, design wise, as far as the frames go, this is just putrid. They shouldn't even call this a half ton, because this frame rail's in pretty good shape compared to the other one, and I can still, it's hard to see this in the video, I can just pull and torque this junk frame. I shake the truck and the whole, watch, guitar string style. Just putrid design. This isn't, I'm afraid, I would be afraid to put 500 pounds in this truck in the bed when it was brand new. Really, I'm fixing it. I like it the way it runs. It does run good. Like I said, I'm not going to knock Chevys all day long. It has a good 4-wheel drive system in it. It runs great. It's comfortable. It handles on the road pretty decent. Except, I mean, this, like I said, $150 at a junkyard. I was going to completely weld all new frame rails together, but if you look down them, they're not exactly straight. They come out and they turn and they come back, and they don't run parallel with each other either. And where the bed mounts up, I mean, you're looking at a few $100s worth of steel just to begin with, and then you'd still have to build your shock towers, buy your shackles, or build them, and then you would still have to worry about stock bed height, body lines, and everything else. I think I'm just going to, like I said, buy the good frame rail sections. $150 from underneath the cab back. Sounds awesome. I was amazed to find out that it was only going to be $150 for that. And then I'll go ahead, I'll take these mounts out. I'll go ahead and I'll box this frame back here. I just don't like the fact that it's a putrid little 4.5-inch frame tapered down to 3 inches in the back. I mean, it's just tiny little. You look at this big old truck, you know, big cab. Oh, look at me, I got a big truck. Look at what's underneath these things. I mean, this is the. I'm amazed. I hear a lot of Chevy guys talking about Fords being built like crap and all this, and their metals, you know, inferior or whatever. And man, I'm just looking at the opposite turn of the tides. Like I said, I'm not really knocking Chevys. It's like I wouldn't have bought the truck if I didn't like it. You know what I mean? But it's just, it's a lot of work for what it is, and it is a classic pickup. You know, it's 25, 26 years old. You know, it as far as that goes, the body is in amazing shape. Amazing. For a 25-year-old pickup truck to not have rust like this, I mean, everything works. Power windows, heat, air conditioning, everything works. Under the hood, well, there I go. I popped the hood for you, but I'm not sure it can be done with one person here. Something in here, some spring or whatever is bad. And, oh, it worked that time. Thank you. Eat my words, right? Eat my words. Let's get under here. Pop this up. Okay, here we go. Now this is what I do like about the truck. It's pretty clean under here. It doesn't leak a drop. Like I said, everything works. All the brake lines, it's a little rusty down here, but it's all just surface rust. The hoses, the lines, the belts, the AC compressor, the manifolds, everything works great. The TBI, I did rebuild. I put a new fuel pump in it, a couple other things, just to get it to run right. I found the distributor was actually loose on this truck when I bought it. Completely, you could just turn it in your hand, and it was missing time. And that's the whole reason it was running bad. And then a few weeks later, the fuel pump went out on it, and I suspected that it was TBI issues, so I rebuilt the pressure regulator and the TBI, and that didn't help it. So I did a few other things, and these trucks aren't easy to test the fuel pressure. You actually have to tee into it. There's no Schrader valve under here, which is another design flaw. I should be putting a Schrader valve or a pressure gauge under here just so I can fine-tune it. There is a regulator that you can adjust the pressure, and there's a gauge there. I might look into that. But I mean, as far as that goes, the motor runs good. Four-wheel drive works great. On and off-road, it seems to handle pretty good. It's got brand new tires. Body's in good shape. Motor doesn't leak a drop. Rebuilt front end or top end here. The goods outweigh the bad. Heck, if the whole frame was bad, I would probably be parting the truck out. It's got a lot of good parts. But then again, I do need this four-wheel drive, and I don't want to spend $70,000 on a new truck. And I kind of like tinkering, and like I said, I weld, fabricate, and everything. It wouldn't be a problem to put a new frame under this truck, or half a frame. But yeah, that's my project for today. I just wanted to, like I said, as a Ford guy, take a few pictures of this. Tell me I would pop the bed off of that Ford and find that powder-coated frame looking like this. It's not going to happen. I've worked on that truck. Like I said, I've owned it 10 years. It's been really good to me. I use it every day for work. It hauls everything I need. It hauls a trailer. Do not knock the Ford F-150 with the 4.9. Amazing motor. It starts in 20 below. I mean, it absolutely gives no issues. It has been phenomenal. I haven't put other than plug wires and plugs under the hood of that truck in 10 years. Plugs, plug wires, oil changes. I did break some parts in the 5-speed at one point. I was cut off on the road, and I had to slam on my brakes. It caused a lot of broken parts in the tranny, so I did put a tranny in it, but I got that tranny for $300, and that tranny's now lasted 5 years. So great truck. If it was a 4-wheel drive, it would be perfect. But yeah, like I said, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Well, I'll get back with another video once I get this cut out of here, and see how the project goes. Take it day by day, because right now, if I was a mouse and I was looking for Swiss cheese, I would be in pretty good shape. But since I'm not, and I'm a truck owner and I'm looking for a truck, I think I definitely got some work to do. So, well, I'll keep up on the videos as best I can along the way. Like I said, I'm kind of working in a swamp, a rust-covered swamp right now, full of Chevy droppings. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll make another video as soon as I can.